So it's me, Lacia75, the Black Unicorn, and I'm here with my partner, Evan.
Hi.
As you know, he rarely comes on camera, so we thought we would come together and talk to you guys about what's happening here in Ghana with the coronavirus and how things are being handled here and how I feel as a expat living in Ghana during a time of a pandemic. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So here in Ghana, how has it been, babe?
It's normal. We are taking it easy, but it's not easy. As you can see across the whole wide world, the government is trying its best to make sure that the disease doesn't spread across the whole country. So that's what the measures that he has been putting, and that's what we are all going by it.
So what do you mean it's normal?
Yeah, it's normal in such a way that the disease itself, the virus that we are talking about, the pandemic, it's normal within those that we haven't been traveling outside and we are living in Ghana here. We are finding it easy because most of those that they have been affected by the disease are those who are coming from outside. I mean the Ghanaians that they are living outside there. As the disease started spreading across the whole wide world, they wanted to come and join their family. They are the one that they are coming in and they are being infected by those kind of disease.
So when you say outside, you mean people who are coming from other countries, right?
Yeah, people who are coming from the west side.
Yeah. So we go on to the Ghana Health Ministry website, and in Google you can just type in Ghana Health Ministry and then type in coronavirus, and it will give you news about Ghana, but then you will also have a link there directly to the Ghana Health Ministry office, and there's a coronavirus page specifically set up for that. And with that coronavirus page, it gives you constant updates on how many, what does it give you, babe?
Yeah. Right now we are having we have recorded up to today 12:09 p.m. GMT.
Is that the time?
Yeah, that's the time that we just got. The update that came is Ghana we have recorded 152.
So you mean 12:09?
Yeah.
In the afternoon?
Yeah, in the afternoon.
On Sunday?
Yeah, on Sunday. That's today. And we have recorded 152, of which 4 are dead. And 2 have recovered to the extent that they have even discharged them and they have joined their family for now. So the remainers are still on treatment, which they have been responding to treatment. Yet we haven't recorded any dead for now.
So let me jump in real quick. The website is called GhanaHealthService.org, and when you click on it, it comes up in Google, a simple Google search. When you click on it, it takes you to the home page for the how Ghana is tracking. I know this is a better way to do this, but how Ghana is keeping everyone aware of the cases that are happening here. And you had told me the numbers had doubled when some flights came in.
Yeah, what just happened, the main reason why we are now rising like that is that Ghana, when we started, we were within 1, 2 and 3. All of a sudden it just jumped up, of which I know people would not understand. Maybe they will be thinking that it's a community spread, of which it's not a community spread. It's just that as the situation just come up, people are flightening, living in the areas whereby they wanted to come and join their family. So they were rushing to come to Ghana. So when they get to the airports, they need to be quarantined, of which the quarantine, they run a test for them. So running the test, those that they are being affected are those that they are making it our normal keep on rising. Just by the fact that the harbors, ports, we have closed all our borders, all right, but yes, still people are rushing, coming in, of which they are Ghanaians. So when they want to come to their motherland, we cannot reject them. So we are welcoming them, receiving them. As we are quarantining them, we have to detect, do all these kind of things to make sure that to find out who is being affected. And so those are the people that they are keeping on making our number keeping on rising. When we are talking about in terms of the community spread, as for the community spread, up to now, we haven't been hit by the community spread. It's yes, so the number keep on rising, but it's those who are coming into our motherland. Those are the people that they are keeping on inflating our numbers up to now.
So Ghana also has, the president of Ghana yesterday came out, was it yesterday or the night before?
Yeah, that was 3 days. 3 days ago.
Babe, it wasn't 3 days ago. I just watched it yesterday, so the night before.
No,
Friday night.
It was Friday night.
Friday night, so it's Sunday now. Friday night, around I think 11, it was late at night. The president came out with his national address, and in that address he said that certain areas that have been considered hot spots, meaning that there's more infections than the Ghanaians would like to see, are going to be placed in a lockdown. And that lockdown is basically similar to what other countries are doing, and saying that, let's stay in our homes, let's keep a safe distance away from each other to try to stop the spread. But essential workers like those who sell food in the market, grocery stores, pharmacies will be open, as well as some forms of public transportation like taxis and trotros. But the caveat is that trotros can't jam a bunch of people inside. They have to limit their numbers now to keep a safe distance of people. At least that's what the president said.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's like the taxi. The taxi in Ghana here, the back pick 3 and the front pick 1. So let's say in all, including the driver, you'll be 5 in the car. Now, he said, including the driver, should be 4. So that's what is happening now. And the trotro, that's those that they pick, they see it maybe 4 people. Now it's no more going to be 4 people, but it's going to be either 3 or 2. Those that they are picking 3 on a seat are also going to be picking 2. So now let's say a trotro that picks, let's say 23 people are no more going to be picking 23 people. It will reduce to, let's say, 15 people at a go. And that's what measures that the government put it into place too.
So it's like a partial lockdown in certain areas. It's not the entire country, but we live in the Greater Accra region, and so basically the entire region of Greater Accra has been part of, or will be part of, this lockdown that happens Monday. I think it happens like middle of the night, like right after midnight or something.
What is happening is that
I hate flies.
Dawns of today. That's what is going to happen. Yeah, we are going to be locked down. That will be the Accra itself, the city of Ghana. Accra will be locked down, Kumasi will be locked down, Tamale will be locked down, and Obuasi. Those are the areas whereby the foreigners that they came in, those that they have been infected by the virus. Those are where we recorded some. So that's the reason why the government put these measures down, so that at least it prevents the spread into the communities.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why he wanted to do something like that. But it's no entire Ghana. But for me, I would urge the entire Ghanaians to be extra cautious, because you don't know who is being affected for now. Because right now, you don't know whether me that I'm even talking to you right now, I'm even being affected.
Excuse me?
It's something that I'm just coming up with something. So it's an advice to each and every one: keep your distance. Always make sure that you use your hand sanitizers. Okay, and keep on washing your hands frequently. For me, I believe in the hand sanitizer, but the whole issue is that, as for the hand sanitizer, they have let us know that as you continue using it, shaking people, talking to people, definitely the virus continues to stick into your hands. Eating, you will get to be affected. So the best way of doing it is by washing your hands.
There you go. He believes in washing his hands, y'all. Well, he said he believed in hand sanitizer, but he does wash his hands, so I'm thinking he's nasty.
Yeah.
We feel like, I personally feel like the government has done a great job in trying to educate the public, trying to warn people of the possibility of what can happen when the virus comes to Ghana, because it took quite some time before any cases were even tracked here in Ghana. I think it's only been a few weeks, that maybe three weeks or so, that the virus even came to the country. And again, it was imported by someone who was coming back to or just coming to Ghana. And there's been quite a few arrests by immigration and the police of people, foreigners in particular, trying to sneak over the border, whether it's over the physical borders or whether it's trying to fly in and trying to just slip through. A couple Italians, Americans have been arrested because they have been trying to sneak into the country. When Ghana says their border is closed, they meant it. It's closed. You know? So, but I would say with all this, with all the complexities of what's happening right now with this virus, and it's scary, I think it's also important that you all who are interested in coming to Africa, especially those of you interested in living in Africa, really start taking it more seriously now. Although it's known and it's been talked about that the Ghanaian healthcare system is not the same as you would have in the US, how good is the US healthcare system right now? I mean, that's what you really need to ask yourself. Like, how many people are actually not being able to get tested for coronavirus? How many people are dropping dead in the states? How many states are so ass backwards when it comes to prevention of this coronavirus, where people are getting sicker and sicker, and every time you turn on the TV, the news, look at social media, you realize that the people being turned away from treatment or from a test are Black women in the US. Right. You know, think about it. Why is that, you know? And it's scary, you know? And so for me, this hits close to home too, because I have a cousin who's waiting for her coronavirus test to come back, and they're telling her in Ohio that's going to be 7 days. That's terrifying. That's my family, you know? And my children are there. So for me, this virus is just something else, you know? So just, you know, think about what you want to do in the future. If you want to come, and you're ready to make that move and start fresh and anew, and do something bold and different, then, you know, Africa might be the place for you. And Ghana might be the place, or it might be another country in Africa. There's 55 countries here, you guys. 55. And you know, there's North, South, East, and West. And then there's Central Africa. So there's plenty to choose from. And if you want to be in Black Africa, then you're going to go East, West, Central, and maybe South, you know, depending on what you want to deal with down there. So you need to consider that and think about that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what we all say. We are hoping and we are willing to welcome all of you, whoever is willing to come. We are already enjoying our peaceful in our country. They say the lockdown is going on, but how people are seeing it, maybe you out there, the lockdown here in Ghana here is not like the west side, of which maybe you can be in your house and you can order for maybe food and those kind of stuff. So that's the main reason why the government go into these measures, that you know, those market sellers, especially those who sell those kind of food stocks and those kind of stuff, they have to come to the markets, so that people can still continue to get food. And, you know,
and so that they can support their own families.
Yeah.
Because the level of poverty here is way more higher. The numbers are higher.
Yeah.
And there's a higher number of population that's illiterate too. So the only means of income they have is to sell food and other goods. And without that income, they can't support their own family. So, you know, when he talks about the delivery of food and things like that, like having Amazon deliver on whenever, however, Amazon Fresh, Instacart, all these things, you're not getting that. There are some services here, but they're limited to those that who are elite and of the middle class who have disposable money. Most people don't have that kind of money to be spending on.
Yeah, but for me, I would not say even in the poor, in Ghana here is high, but I would just say that, you know, most of the population here do daily activities before they will get something to depend on it. So it's not like maybe they are doing monthly basis, something that at the end of the month, whether you work or you don't work, you are going to get something to feed on it. So it's like a daily basis, something that they normally do. So what happened is that if the country is going to be locked down, you realize, you know how it goes. The market woman that goes to the market is the daily. whatever they are going to sell at the market, that is what their family is going to be based on it.
Right.
So that's the main reason why the government made it to be like, okay, those people that they cannot get money or they don't have savings that they can depend on it for this maybe 2 weeks lockdown, then which means I have given them the opportunity to also be going out and do their daily activities so that at least they can get something to feed their family. So that's the main reason why the government come out with something like that. So now it's going out. The pharmacists are going to open the market. They are going to open those that they are going to sell the food stuff. Let's say tomatoes, onion, and this kind of stuff. Here we don't mostly. Here we don't deal with the can. We don't deal with most of our things in the can. We don't deal with that. We deal with the fresh. Okay, the fresh fruit. Everything is fresh.
Yeah.
The tomatoes, we want the fresh one. We don't want something that just passed through, like they have been adding chemicals and those kind of stuff. So, going to the market to buy yourself this kind of fresh tomatoes, fresh onion, fresh this kind of stuff, keeping them in the store for, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks, it's definitely going to spoil. So it's something that when you go to the market, within 3 days, you have to go back to the market and go and get yourself something to come and depend on it again. So that's the reason why the government has made it to be like that. So the market is still open.
Yeah.
But those big shops, like those that they sell phones, dress, mobile phones, things that you can use for building materials and those kind of stuff. Right now, at this time, we don't need it.
Yeah.
Right now, our life is more precious than those kind of stuff. So those are the people that the government are trying to tell them that they should lock down, okay, so that the market will not be chaos, so that the market will be still free, so that those that we need to go to the market and go and get ourselves some food stuff can go there and go and buy ourselves some food. We can still depend on it.
Right. So basically, the essential workers, and these are who are the essential workers here in Ghana, are still going to be operating. So the lockdown hasn't happened just yet. It happens tomorrow. So we'll see how things go when it happens.
Yeah, but for me, one thing I love about this country is that wherever you find yourself, you will still find a grocery store so that you can get something to buy.
Yeah, like we have one literally across the street from
our house. And when you go there, I bet you everything that are being sold at the market, you can get it in that small shop.
Yeah.
Everything, your food stuff, starting from the yam, plantain, the corn, all the local foods that you want to prepare yourself. There's no need for you to be walking because to the market that you are going to get it. Those grocery stores in the communities, you can find everything. And that's the lovely thing that I love. Always, there's no need for you to be walking in a distance. That you are walking from here to the market, maybe walking to, they are closer to you. So if the government is coming out with something like this, it's not a bad decision. Is that he is also thinking about the whole people living in the country. He is trying to prevent us from getting this kind of virus. So I will urge each and everyone to cope with it, so that we all stay safe and live to be the one. We will be the one to come out with the story.
What did you say? Live or leave? Live.
Yeah. We are living. Okay, we are living to come out. I want all of us to stay safe. Okay, but try, please, wherever you find yourself, whatever measures your president or maybe your government is coming out with it, please, I'm just pleading with you.
Unless your president is President Dumbass.
Yeah,
Trump. Who's a raging idiot. So follow the advice of medical professionals who don't want you to die.
So that you
or want the stock market to be saved or make money off of it. Like, you know what? I can't stand.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you to go more, but that's what I would just plead with you. Go by whatever your president or your government is coming out with. It's just a few minutes. And that's what I can just say. It's not a minute, a few hours, few days, few months, and this thing will be over when we all go by it, trying to comply with whatever measures the government is trying to. It's not, I know you don't, most often, we African here, we are not finding it easy, because especially those who always have to go out and be looking for something, some job to do and feed on it, and you are telling the person to stay in his room or her room for maybe 2 weeks or a week, then which means it's difficult. But it's just that it's better for you to stay safe than going out there to go and get the disease, because when you get this disease, definitely automatically, if you are going to die, when you die, the money that you are going out there looking for, who are you going to use it for? So I will just plead and plead.
That's morbid.
Yeah, just pleading with you. Just stay safe, okay? And just go by it, so that at the end we all stay safe. Because I want all of us to live, to be the one to tell the story to our great grandchildren that they are coming up. Okay, for me, I would be lovely that maybe my great grandchildren will be surrounding me, and I will be coming out with this story, telling them
Talking about remember when?
Remember when? It will be lovely, and you'll be just by day right now. This moment is a sad something, but when you live to tell the story, you realize that it will be lovely that you are telling your people, because I find it lovely when those that they were born or they experience in Ghana here, we have something that 83, that fire destroy a lot of crops and those kind of things, and people were not having food to eat, and they have to go in hunger, and people were dying. Okay, those who comport themselves and they live to tell us the story now. When they are telling you, you'll be looking at them and you'll be feeling amazing. So they will also be telling you, this how I did to survive. And that's what I just want.
I think that's a great way to end this video. Thank you guys for joining us. We just wanted to let you all know what was happening here in Ghana, and just want to wish you all well. Stay safe, stay sane. Post to YouTube, join us on our live broadcast, and just start focusing on activating your Africa plan. Did I get that out? Yeah, activating your Africa plan. All right, all you Black unicorns out there, please like, subscribe, and share to the channel. And we appreciate you, and talk to you soon. Bye.